One of the things that I've concentrated on in my career as a librarian is the whole notion of what we call reader's advisory and what booksellers call hand selling. Why people like the books they like. How do you recommend books to people? And over the years, I developed this theory about why people like the books they like and what they're really looking for when they come in and say, oh, I want a book just like this other book. It's just the scariest question you can be asked in the library, much harder than being asked where the bathrooms are. And so that whole aspect of thinking so long and so hard about why people like the books they like, and finally really coming to understand my own likes and dislikes in books. That was important to me in writing George and Lizzie. I love being a librarian, and I think librarians change the world. They make the world a better place. But it's entirely different from being a writer. And I, have written a number of nonfiction books, and writing nonfiction it's so different. My experience was so different from writing a novel. I live in a very small townhouse, and I don't have a room for writing. I don't have what Virginia Woolf called a room of my own. And so I would go to my local neighborhood library in Seattle. It's the Northeast branch. And I would sit in their quiet room with everybody else who brought their computers. I would stop on the way there to buy a big Diet Pepsi, to which I'm addicted, and I would sit down and write for 2 hours, which is about the most that I can sit at one time without feeling like I need to get up and run around. George and Lizzie, I think, got to a point where they were like nudging me all the time, saying, well, write about us, write about us. And then there was the hardest part of taking all these things that were in my mind and, getting it through my arm, synapses, and putting it down on paper. That was hard.